I'm going to share with you a simple and powerful idea and also something that I've never seen on an e-commerce website. So I think this is going to be an advantage for you to quickly go in and benefit from something really radical. It's let's Before we get to the idea, let's take a couple of steps back and really ask ourselves, what is it that marketers do? So what we do is we sit in a room, we have a really good understanding about the consumer that we're trying to sell to. We also have a really good understanding about the product that we're trying to sell. And then what we do is we construct a marketing campaign around that. We launch that campaign, and the way we measure the effectiveness of that campaign is through qualitative results, which is the revenue impact. So if I launch a new campaign and revenue goes up by 20%, and the only change I've made is the new campaign, everything else is the same, then I can reasonably draw the conclusion that my marketing messaging directly contributed to that 20% impact. There's a problem with this approach, which is that if you're relying on revenue and if you have a longer buying cycle, then you have to wait a long time to actually get confirmation that your work is translating revenue. But the thing is that even if you get confirmation on that, you actually don't know if individual parts of your messaging really sucked. So you construct a funnel, but maybe step two of that funnel was terrible. But you don't know that because you're looking at it in terms of what happened in terms of revenue. So I have a very radical idea for it and a very simple solution for it. I'm going to share it using an example. This is, like I said, it's conceptual. Rabbit Air is not a client of ours. So, and this approach really works well for technical products. So here's the idea. We've got the first paragraph. You read the copy. And then after that, there's this two buttons, clear and unclear. Now, I'm not suggesting that clear and unclear is the best naming of this call to action. I think this is something we're still working on to find a better name system for it. Also, we want to intentionally make that call to action super, super subtle, because the idea is that the user should only notice it when they've finished reading that paragraph or that sentence or wherever you're placing it. Because if it really screams for their attention, they will see it before they even start reading the copy, and that kind of takes the magic trick away. So that's one detail. The other thing is, you'll notice we've repeated it in the second paragraph and then also on the third paragraph. The way it works is you click on clear and we show a message that says thank you for feedback. If you click on unclear, we also show the same message that says thank you for feedback, and then it disappears. And then we kind of say something like, if it's unclear, we'll say something like, we'll fix this, or our team will look into this, because the user is saying it's unclear. But what's beautiful about this is that now I'm not just relying on revenue numbers, I'm actually getting specific feedback at the moment of truth. So when the user is actually on paragraph 2, they are giving me feedback on if paragraph 2 worked or not. This is really useful because if I'm a copywriter and I'm writing the sales pitch, I'm assuming that the user gets it. If the user is not understanding what I'm saying, then I'm already 100% going to fail. And what it does is it collects data on the back end, and it tells me not only now I have quantitative data and qualitative data. The qualitative data is telling me that paragraph number 2, 80% of people said it was clear, which is awesome. Paragraph number 3, 50% of people said it's unclear. That's a real problem. So now I can go back to paragraph number 3, rewrite it, relaunch it, collect new data, and see if my quality score is improving. If it is, then I can triangulate that to revenue. Now, the one thing I should caution you against is that do not literally copy this idea and apply it to all paragraphs on your product page. That would be ludicrous, because that then becomes very mechanical. So think about the core aspects of your sales pitch that are holding your entire sales pitch together. Maybe there are 2 or 3. There should be no more than 2 or 3. Put this clear, unclear option around the copy or the description for those elements. So now you're really getting feedback for the parts that really, really matter. So that's the idea. I hope you like it. I hope you're able to steal it and use it effectively. Would love to know how it's working for you.